Virgo, hello my darlings, how are you? Welcome to your reading for the week of the 27th of June 2022. I do hope this reading finds you well. Oh, straight into it. Okay, I'm pulling out a couple of cards. I normally one, but I've just pulled the one out and my guides have said you're pulling two. So the first card out is the base chakra card. This is coming out of the Chakra Insight Oracle deck. So as requested by Spirit, we're going for another card for you guys. So as I said, I do hope this reading finds you well. And we'll just get straight into it. Indeed, you have two extra cards. You have the family card, so belonging, community, culture, and tribe. So Virgo, again, another base chakra card there. And you have the crown chakra, okay? So it is when we're connected, well, it's only when we're connected into our base chakra that we're really well rooted and grounded, that we can really open up and ascend and open up to that higher knowledge, higher wisdom, because we need to be grounded. Otherwise, we can get lost in the stars, I'll talk about that in a moment a little bit more. The next deck out is the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. And I did call on this deck because some of the energies this week for some of us have been a little bit heavy. So I wanted some gentle energy from our goddess friends out there. So you have Una and easy does it are the words. And the blurb on the card is, there is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Excuse me. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. All right. I do love that sentiment. Everything in perfect timing. All right. I am getting told another one from this deck as well. Virgo. What's going on? Thank you, guardians, guides, angels, and ancestors. No? I was definitely told one more. But it's a difficult one to come out. Thank you, guardians, guides, angels, and ancestors. The additional card for Virgo this week. So that one, okay. Nematona, sacred space. Create an altar or visit a powerful place to connect with the divine. Okay. All right. Interesting energy so far with those kind of two polarities, with that groundedness and also with that, it's almost a very spiritual opening up kind of, I would almost expect to see the star in your reading today. So I have also been drawn to pull two cards, thank you guides, from the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck as well. So you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Again, a beautiful energy so far. You have the Ten of Pentacles and the Emperor as well. So this is setting up a really good overall energy, a really good vibe for the week, my beautiful Virgo friends. It's all looking pretty good. Okay, we'll talk about it in a little bit more detail. I do want to pull out the rest of the cards for your reading, and then we'll look at what's going on for you as a whole. So the bulk of the reading, I'll be using the Tarot of Curious Creatures by Chris-Anne. And as usual, I have called in my guardians, guides, angels, and ancestors who love me unconditionally and are of the highest vibration. I do invite you to do the same if you are so guided. It may help you to connect in with the reading a little bit better, but you obviously do not have to. That has been my intention, obviously, in my preparation for the reading. So obviously, don't feel that you have to do that. But if you're guided to, that's cool too. All right, so we've got a few cards out here. We'll start the layout. The first card out was the Justice card. This is going to be sitting in your position of the week as a whole. You then had the Nine of Swords. You had the Three of Wands after that. You then had the Page of Cups. So I do hope this reading finds you well, as I said, and I hope you've had a good week. It's looking like this coming week might be pretty fine for you, to be honest. Okay, a couple more cards there. So the next card out was the Eight of Cups. And then you had the Six of Wands. You have the Ten of Cups. So Virgo looking pretty good. You've got the Ten of Pentacles, now the Ten of Cups. So if you want tens, they're the two you want, my friends. Okay, the Page of Pentacles. And this final card is going to be sitting outside of the box. It's an additional message from the universe or something that may help us to think outside of the box if there's anything that comes up as a bit of a challenge for us in the reading, which, to be honest, there's very little. Okay, straight away, obviously, I am drawn to the Nine of Swords, but it's kind of the only challenging energy, I guess, in the whole reading. So if we zoom right out and have a look at what's going on as a whole, as I said, really incredible feeling for the week. So you're sitting in a very grounded space, which is allowing you to open up to this higher, tapping into this higher knowledge, this higher wisdom, an ascension, if you will. And I feel like this card here, there's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything happens in perfect timing. I feel like you actually have already reached that conclusion. I don't feel like that's advice. I feel like you're actually living that. And the reason I say that is because of the other cards that are sitting here, but also you do have this sacred space. So I feel like you're actually in a really good place where you are actually able to nurture yourself and set up that space for yourself. You've got this really good grounded, secure, stable, base of community, family, home. So you do feel very safe. You feel safe enough to open yourself up to that higher chakra, open yourselves up to maybe some intuitive wisdoms dropping in. The other thing here as well, this Wheel of Fortune, that's indicating to me that your fortunes, I feel like, sometimes that's a card to say your fortunes are changing. Again, I feel like it's already happened for you. Your fortunes have changed. And I feel like it's because of the work that you've done. This Justice card here, I'll come back to these cards in a moment, but this Justice card here is in the position of your week as a whole as well. So there's a real balance that has been brought to your situation, to your life. You're balancing the root and the crown. You're balancing, this time of space and family and community and space for yourself as well. I very much feel like you've been able to etch out your own space for yourself. There's potentially some of my Virgo friends out there are still struggling with that a little bit. So you could take that on board as an invitation to maybe open up some more time and space for yourself if you're not already in that place. But I do feel like this is a karmic balance type Justice card. So it's this idea of you've demonstrated to the universe that, that you are doing the work, you've done the work, and things are now going to line up for you or already have lined up for you. As I said, this Wheel of Fortune, it feels like it's already happened for you. And also, you've got the Ten of Pentacles, you've got the Ten of Cups. So you're already sitting in this place of feeling incredibly grounded, abundant, happy, joyous, provided for, secure, like all these incredible supportive words. And you're sitting in this position of the Emperor as well. So you're a brilliant leader. You've got your empire around you. The Emperor sitting there with the Ten of Cups. So you've got everything you need around you. And the only thing that's maybe coming through, and it doesn't often come through when I get the Emperor card, but there can be a little bit of arrogance that comes through as well. So do just keep an eye on that, because that's just the sense I'm getting. There may be this sense of almost like an, I don't want to use the word obnoxious, but it's almost like this higher than thou. So it may just be one or two people, or maybe somebody in your life is coming in with this energy as well. But it's almost like this arrogance, this untouchable nature. But I don't feel like that's your true nature, Virgo. So, but for someone that might be relevant. And if it is you will know that I'm talking about that. But if we look at the positive aspects of the Emperor, you're in control of your empire. You've got everything around you that you need. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, So I think it's, it's really set up a really beautiful week for you. I'll have a look at what else is going on with the rest of the cards as well. Obviously, this outside of the box card, additional message from the universe, or way to think outside of the box, is the Ace of Wands. Beautiful energy there. Obviously an opportunity potentially coming in from the universe, something that promises to maybe ignite some additional passions for you. Might be a new way of rethinking things in terms of work, creating something new. Whatever it is, it's something new that is coming in. It may come in as a surprise for you this week, but it's something that you are passionate about, something that excites you, something that you can grab and run. And it's got it's got legs. The road is long. So if you take it, it's something that is going to progress over time, and it's going to grow into, obviously, that wand there is only a small twig. So eventually it's going to grow into a large tree. Okay, so it's got potential of this growth. The Nine of Swords is sitting in the position of a surprise or something unexpected this week. So, look, I think that's probably the only real difficult or uncomfortable card in the whole layout. And really, what it says to me is there may be some anxiety that's come in for you. There is a little bit of that with this Easy Does It card. There may be some of my Virgos that are worried about things needing to happen now, worrying, keeping you up at night, worrying, this anxiety that's kind of all-encompassing. What I would say is that sometimes this Nine of Swords can be almost like an over-exaggeration of those anxieties. So if you were to zoom out and have a look at what you've got in your life, you've got all these incredible things around you, and maybe some of these anxieties are maybe built up in your head more than what they are in actual reality. And, like the hoot of the owl, if we hear that hoot of an owl late at night, it would, if we didn't know what it was, sound potentially very frightening. We might go, oh my gosh, what is that? But in the light of day, and we see the owl and we're mesmerized, and we can appreciate the wisdom and the knowledge that they hold and the spiritual essence that they hold as well. So I do feel like that's a message for someone out there as well, is this maybe asking yourself whether these anxieties, these worries are maybe out of proportion to the reality of the situation. Okay. The next card out is the Three of Wands, and this is sitting in the position of how we can stay grounded and focused this week. I do think that particular card, it's really calling to me in terms of, that there's a lot of red coming through in the coloring of that card. I think it's really connecting back into this idea of the base chakra, about the family, the community, being supported, being held, and being in that position of how we can stay grounded and focused this week. I think it's reminding us that if we're wanting to expand our horizons, that we can safely do that when we're coming from a safe space of being held, being supported. You know, it gives us permission, I guess, to open up to new possibilities. So I feel like that's potentially what's going on for you here, is that you feel grounded, you feel that love and support, the nurturing of the base chakra, the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and it allows you to welcome in maybe some new energies. Okay, there may be some, and it could also be in relation to a new, you know, this new project as well, this idea of stepping out. There could potentially be a move on the cards for somebody. It could be a physical move across oceans, but it could also be a metaphoric move as well. So moving and expanding yourself, and again, expanding yourself into this crown chakra. You know, you could actually be expanding up and ascending that way, if that makes sense. Okay, the next card out is the Page of Cups, and it is sitting in the position of your emotions. So this is really saying to me this week, you are feeling, again, similar to what I said about the Three of Wands here, is that because you feel so grounded and supported and held and secure, it allows you to step into this position of being curious and excited about life. You know, you've already got the 10 of Cups, but the Page is this youthful energy. So I feel like you're sort of stepping into this week emotionally, potentially stepping into this like almost a wonderment and amazement at all the great things around you, and the things that, you know, you might see something small and it might just fill your heart with like joy and love, and you think, wow. And it's kind of, it's that youthful joy and imagination as well. So it really speaks of imagination, the Page of Cups. So yeah, I do also want to say, with that imagination, if you are setting up a sacred space, if you're wanting to tap into that crown chakra, you can also call on that curiosity, that childlike imagination, to really take you somewhere that maybe the rational folk might not think to go, or might not feel comfortable to go. And look, the sense I get is that, you know, I love doing guided meditations where I'm taken out of my body and I'm taken up into the stars, into the galaxies, and I'm hanging out on other planets and meeting star family. And so I feel like it's almost like that. You know, you've got this security of this space where you're seated, and it allows you to ascend up through that crown chakra, use your imagination, and just go crazy. You know, obviously make sure you remain connected in, because that's, if you are interested in traveling the galaxies, you need to make sure that you are rooted into the earth very, very strongly. And if you're coming back after a journey of doing so, you need to connect right back into the base as well. Make sure that you are completely grounded after traveling off into the galaxy. If you're interested and you haven't tried it, it's great fun. I love it. There are loads of YouTube videos that will do, you know, guided meditations into the galaxies, that sort of thing. So yeah, if it's something that you're drawn to, I wouldn't normally talk about it because most people, you know, get a little bit weirded out by it. But for someone who's watching, that may very well be a message for someone out there. So if it is, have fun. Right, I did get a bit waylaid there, apologies. So the Eight of Cups is the next card out, and this is sitting in the position of our inspirations this week. So I feel like this is really saying to us this week that you might be inspired to walk away from things that no longer serve you, things that are holding you back. You might be inspired to step in to being that quirky giraffe, knowing who you are. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this new camera. So stepping into that sense of who you are. There's a lot of also a lot of starbursts on these cards that that I'm looking at. So you've kind of got a starburst, sunburst here on the Three of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. All this kind of sunrise, sunset, starburst, heart opening kind of energies. Again, with the Page of Pentacles there as well. So it really is this opening up, and it does mirror this burst on the crown chakra card as well. So I do feel like in terms of inspiration, there's just this opening up energy that keeps coming through for you. And again, you've got the burst on that. I'm not sure if you can see that on the Ace of Wands as well. Okay. The next card out is the Six of Wands, and it is in the position of how we can best support ourselves this week. I feel like this card has really come out in this position for us, for you to acknowledge how far you've come, for you to actually stand in the spotlight for a time. And obviously we don't want to be there for long. We've got to move on and we've got things to do. But it's an invitation for you just to actually embrace and receive acknowledgement and accolades and all the, the receive the rewards for your hard work. It's a victory card as well. Some of the Six of Wands have the soldier coming in from a victory from war. So it's really about, receiving that gratitude, receiving that acknowledgement of a job well done. So I think that may be an important message for some of my Virgo friends this week, is to just be proud of the hard work that you've done. Be proud of how far you've come. Be proud of the fact that you've worked hard and you're now sitting in this Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, all of these incredibly great energies. Be proud of that. The next card out, we have spoken about the Ten of Cups. Obviously, this is a card of, happy life, happy ever after kind of vibe, mum, dad, 2 kids, whatever that looks like for you. It doesn't have to look like that. It can look like tribe, community, whatever your family unit, your support network, whatever it is that you desire, you are looking at being in a position of being there this week. And obviously this isn't something that's going to come overnight. And that's why I said I feel like it's already in place for you. You're already feeling very abundant and fulfilled and joyful and nurtured, and with the Ten of Pentacles back up here, that sense of security as well. But in terms of position in the layout, if you are curious, it is sitting in the position of your relationships this week. So extra confirmation that in terms of your relationships, you've really kind of got your relationships where you want them. You're feeling that held, family, nurtured, grounded aspect. Okay. The Page of Pentacles has come out in the position of your career. So there may be something that almost like a pit stop in terms of your career. So the Page of Pentacles may be a new undertaking or a new learning of something that might just help to expand and take you to a higher place. And look, it's difficult to go higher than a Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, but it might be that this is something that you can add on to that solid base that will take you higher. Okay, so, and again, it's sitting opposite this Page of Cups, so I do feel it is really about that youthful vigor, bringing that into everything that we're doing at the moment, or that you're doing at the moment. All right, the Ace of Wands we did speak about as well. So this is this, another new potential of another opportunity from the universe. So it's all good, my darling Virgos. I'm really, I feel really peaceful having done the reading for you. It feels really, grounded, okay, and just it's a very gentle energy. Okay, my darlings, I do hope you've enjoyed the reading. If you have, please do like, share and subscribe. I do also want to remind you that I will never contact you through direct message on any medium. I'll never ask for any money, credit card details, anything like that. There are a lot of scammers out there, so please do your due diligence. That's a tongue twister. And I hope to see you next week. All right, my friends. Bye-bye.